beginning my speech in 3, 2, 1. First, this motion means that when someone is caught breaking the law by gambling, instead of sending them into prison, as a government, I will give them two things. A is social services, means that they work for the community, for example, cleaning public places or helping in social programs. And B, skill training, means that they join programs to learn useful skills like cooking, sewing, repairing, or financial lessons, so they can have a better job and future. Panels, gambling is not like a murder, robbery, or violent crime. It is a problem that comes from addiction, lack of control, and sometimes poverty. If we put gambling offenders in a prison, we don't solve the problem actually. In fact, we make it worse because prison destroys their chance to get a job, separates family, and does not fix the addiction. The role of the justice system should not only to punish, but also to help people change. If we want a better society, we must focus on rehabilitation, helping offenders become useful members of society again. That is why I support giving social services and skill training instead of imprisonment. I'm gonna limit this policy only for non-violent gambling offenders, which means A. People who join or organize illegal gambling but don't use violence, B. People who gamble because of addiction or financial need, and C. Not for mafia, not for people who use gambling to launder money, not for people who commit other crimes together with gambling. And what is the urgency of this motion? I'm gonna explain. A. Prison is overcrowding. Many countries already face overcrowded prison, and we need alternatives now. Our prison will continue to waste resources on people who are not dangerous. And B. Rising gambling addiction because online gambling or betting apps are spreading fast. And C. Economic pressure. Many people turn to gambling because of unemployment and financial stress. And the last is protecting family. I'm gonna explain it later in my arguments. Now I'm gonna talking about a mechanism that will work on this on real life. First is sentencing. When a person is found guilty of gambling, the judge will order them to complete social service hours and attend skill training instead of going to prison. And the next is social service. Offenders must work for the community, such as cleaning streets, helping in hospital, or supporting public facilities. This makes them pay back society in a positive ways. The next is skill training and counseling. Offenders must join training programs such as learning vocational skills, financial literacy, or getting counseling for gambling addiction. This gives them real tools to improve their life and avoid repeating the crime. And the last is monitoring. A probation officer will check their progress. If they fail or maybe they refuse to finish the program, then the hardest program will be given as a last option. And now I'm gonna explain about my point of argument. My point of argument is talking about society benefits more from this model. Prison costs a lot of money to run, but social service and training is cheaper because prison is actually a long-term punishment. Families are more protected. Parents or family can still support their children while reforming, instead of leaving them alone while imprisoned. The community also gains because offender will do useful work during their sentence actually. And the last is justice become more fair, since gambling is a non-violent crime and should not be punished the same as murder or robbery. In status quo, Philippines has introduced rehabilitation and counseling programs. For example, the Amoranto Sports Complex in Quezon City runs a program where gambling offenders and addicts receive therapy, financial education, and training to find new jobs. This approach recognizes that gambling is an addiction and social problem, not just a crime. As a result, many offenders successfully return to society as a productive citizens instead of repeating their gambling habits. That's why social service and skill training is more effective rather than imprisonment. Thank you.